So what have we been doing? Well, it was time to say goodbye to the 3070 Ti, good gaming card, and move up to the GeForce 5070 Ti. So what are we going to need for this? To install a new driver, we need a couple of programs and a bit of knowledge. This, installing the drivers. So what happened? Well, where do we start? Let's start at the beginning. So what did we have to do? Obviously, first of all, remove the 370 Ti and insert the 5070 Ti. Put the computer into safe mode and then use the program to uninstall all NVIDIA drivers. Installed the new NVIDIA drivers and let's run. Fire up Microsoft Flight Sim and yes, it crashed. Why? Because DX11 was installed and not DX12. How did we get around that problem? DX12 has to be activated in the sim, but we can't get into the sim because it crashed because of the driver conflict. Yes, it crashed again because we hadn't activated DX12. Well, DX12 we couldn't get into because the sim, every time the sim would crash, couldn't get into adjust the DX12. Anyway, reading the forums, we come across the user CFG. Opening the user CFG, we can come down here to the bottom and it says prefer D3, D12. Now yours might say D12 0. If you change the 0 to a 1, DX12 is now running. As simple as that. But before we could get the sim running, it would crash. And it would crash and crash. Why? Because the NVIDIA drivers were not suitable for the sim. Reading the forums again, it was time to go back to the drawing boards. We had to uninstall using the D program, which meant starting in safe mode, going back to the beginning, uninstalling all the drivers and installing 577. We rolled back to 577. This got the app working, this got the flight sim working, and we could relax. But no, we couldn't, because we tried recording, and when we recorded, it crashed. Yep, crashed multiple times. We eventually managed to find out what the problem was. The NVIDIA drivers work, but the NVIDIA app was causing a crash with Bandicam. I use Bandicam to record the flight videos, and the two just conflict, crash and crash and crash. However, all installed, all changed, all tweaked, and I think you'll agree that the 5070 Ti is amazing.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Russia,
War.
or to United Kingdom without descent.
Hold it, Bank of Rubber.
Again,
Hold it, Bank of
you
Rubber.
can see again the settings here now are giving us so much better. The clouds, light,
The Santa 5, the uniform ready for
we've also got the shading on that, which also adds a lot to it as well.
Santa 5 uniform, thanks. CG4,